I had seen the problem with Discord. I seen this shit and I thought about it. I was like, I want to watch it, but like, I gotta watch this shit like on stream, bro.
So we all know what Discord is. It's the platform that has been out somewhat since 2015, and since has dominated the market, leaving old bastions like Skype, which recently decided it was ceasing operations, but even though prior to that people barely used it, it still decided to install itself on every version of Windows.
Nah, but like, people that use Skype, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I want to know exactly what that shit's like. Because like, I didn't grow up using Skype like at all, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Call me whatever you want to call me, bro. But like, I did not use Skype. I was a wee lad. I was a little wee lad. Yeah.
Yes.
Fuck?
Oh,
Skype?
damn.
I don't even have Skype.
Damn.
Hold on, this is really weird. Hello?
18 naked cowboys in the showers at Ram Ranch. Big heart throbbing.
I guess the Linux distros and Mac users got us with that one. Also, let's not forget TeamSpeak, something you spam cells probably wouldn't remember. It was everybody's old reliable and served for many years, obviously until Discord came along, but actually finally updated its user interface quite recently. It does look a tiny bit like Discord though, just a few years too late, buddy. But one thing I do love about TeamSpeak is the fact the unpaid intern that runs their Twitter account is constantly throwing their shit like a chimpanzee at Discord. I actually respect it quite a lot. And for the love of God, if any of you are communicating with your friends through Microsoft Teams, you have problems. Like, you probably hate yourself to the point where sounding with a fishing hook doesn't sound that bad. Your life is probably a living hell. Like, just the sound of somebody calling you on Microsoft Teams is enough to reignite past trauma of online learning and weekly manager meetings.
No, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't imagine using anything other than Discord to talk to people, bro. I physically couldn't do it, bro. I just don't think I could. Like, being so for real.
I really hate Microsoft Teams, just so you know. But like many, when Discord released, it was like Daddy had come home. But instead of Usher, it was an actual parental figure. It was a breath of fresh air. The UI was intuitive, simple, and now every time somebody was venting in general about their grandmother's untimely passing, I can reply quite swiftly with a GIF essentially telling them to shut the fuck up without needing to open my browser at all. It was a communication platform advertised and bespoke for
Racco Bills says I'm really
later down the line,
surprised that
it
you
was
survived.
Netflix for everyone. Yeah.
I didn't survive, okay? I really just got like... I don't even want to talk about it no more.
Had some very interesting features. Like hitting the Discord icon 16 times now greets me with a Japanese woman every time I launch the app. I can now see who is talking from the in-game overlay, which drains your FPS sometimes. I can be the person that gives the server a reason to disable the soundboard.
I want this sound in my server so bad.
I'm losing.
I can see what games my friends are playing from their activity status, and the ones hiding it are probably playing some degenerate Steam game. And even more recently, you can play mini-games with your friends on the platform, where no matter what, someone will try to incorporate a racial slur or some viscous statement that makes the Geneva Convention look like a suggestion. But Discord eventually, from its release in 2015, dominated the scene. It was the platform used for communication, and all other alternatives were sank under the sheer reputation and hold on the gaming community Discord had. There is a Discord server for everything, every game, except Viva Pinata and Time Splitters, but I'll let it go. Most YouTubers have a Discord server so they can successfully communicate with their community. Every topic you can think of probably has a Discord server, and I mean, most topics.
Femboy
Some
Academy.
more.
I gotta join this shit. Wait. Hold on. I ain't say that. I ain't mean that. Look, I ain't mean that.
Those Discords even make money directly from Discord itself, or selling features in your Discord server for money, like specific roles or features. In the current day, it's somewhat strange if you're active online
Invite
and
me?
you don't
Yeah,
have
you're
a Discord
trolling.
account. You probably look like a homo habilis that had just discovered fire. I personally have been on Discord since 2019, but every time they update the Discord UI, especially recently, I personally hate
love
it.
it,
Yes,
bro.
I've got to
I
the age
love
where I
the new
complain
one.
about
I
very
love it.
menial things, but the old Discord UI was the best UI. To this day, Discord has approximately 614 million registered accounts, which most are
Damn,
probably alt accounts.
614
I know
mil?
some of you, yes, you know who you are, probably joining those femboy Discords on those alt accounts.
Jesus
Little
Christ.
weirdos. Now, Discord
calling
is a
me
great
out?
platform. It functions well as a means of communication. It's a social media of sorts, and almost a must-have for gaming online. But with that many registered accounts on the platform and its widespread appeal, there are some problems that have arisen regarding Discord, from its general use to the people that run it. Probably the first and lesser problem out of all of these that I wanted to speak on quickly, that Discord
I already know what he's gonna say. Bro, the predators, bro. These niggas is weird, bro.
God would face that had nothing to do with the app or its core functionality and more to do with the reputation of it.
You're a Reddit mod? And a Discord admin?
Now, there are a few
sound is
stereotypes
that?
the hardcore Discordians face. Yes, they have their own race. I'm just waiting for the racial slur to be invented.
I forgot I was in fact in a... What the fuck is this? I forgot that I in fact am in a femboy server. See, I'm not gonna lie. The world's greatest detective couldn't get that shit out of me, gang. Could not get that shit out of me. But you're a different guy, though. You got it.
At this point. Racial slur tier list coming soon. But for the most hardcore Discord users, I mean the ones that actively spend time using the app and don't just keep it in the background till somebody messages them, like a normal person, we all remember the Discord moderator meme, one that rivaled the Redditor moderator meme, that was basically depicting people that took
I'm
their
not
moderation
ashamed.
role
Yeah,
a
you're cooked,
bit too
gang.
seriously. Some people going mad with power, banning people for simply just disagreeing with them, or they got too close to the only female in the Discord server. But does this stereotype actually exist? Or is it just a myth developed by Reddit and TeamSpeak users to destroy the reputation of Discord?
Oh, no,
Drumroll
Discord's horrible.
please.
Discord's fucking horrible. I already know it.
Yes, they do exist on the platform, but they are relatively very rare. It really depends upon the types of Discords you're joining and which community has the highest unemployment rate. Because you have to
Highest
find someone that
unemployment rate.
literally has nothing better to do but take a Discord moderation role seriously to a disappointing degree
God
and go
damn.
above and beyond just
Not
the
reading that book,
responsibility
bro.
of keeping the users in the server somewhat safe. They are a needle in a haystack to find. Not all Discord moderators are like
Ew.
this, but when you find a mod that criticizes you for breathing in the general chat, it is always a unique experience. At first you think they're joking, and then you slowly realize they're not. There's even a guy on
Jesus.
TikTok that has been milking this meme since
Oh, bro.
2020.
I know this guy on TikTok. I follow him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. His stuff, it was kind of funny, but now it's like, it's gotten to a point where I don't think he's joking. So it's just not funny. I don't get it.
And to this day, unironically, I can't tell if he's joking or not.
That's
He
what
might
I'm
actually be a
saying.
hard-working labourer on an oil platform somewhere in the Mediterranean, or he's actually unironically describing what he does on Discord. Next in regards to reputation is quite the step up. It's regarding the e-couples of Discord, which have the reputation of
e-couples.
e-dating, e-sex, sleep calls,
I just woke up in a fucking steaming mood, yeah? Because I live in a shithole. Do you know what I mean? Birmingham is a fucking shithole. I hate the fucking place.
and overall cringe. I guess I could include e-cuckolding in there, I guess. Now, we've all seen the e-couples of Discord. Yes, it's rather brazen for me to assume some of you had contact with the opposite gender, even if it is virtually. But you may have seen some of these people with matching profile pictures, even matching statuses, and openly flirting in any public server, to many's disgust. It's actually quite synonymous and walks hand in hand with the average VR chat couple, in terms of reputation at least.
Fucking touch him, I dare you.
Oh, that one's possessive for my dick.
And after all this effort, they will probably break up after a week, and one of them will have a status that looks like the chorus of any My Chemical Romance song. Most D-couples, from my experience anyway, aren't actually like the stereotype at all, and just have the matching pictures or statuses, and are significantly less insufferable. But that can only be achieved when they don't overshare, and just keep to themselves. And their only objective is to make a long-distance relationship work. Till they find out someone lied about their physique and isn't what they advertised. But we all know the next base past matching profile pictures and statuses is e-sleeping. Yes, those Discordian degenerate whores. Sleeping in a call with their long-distance partner? Terrible.
Since what?
Sleeping in
1996? Yeah,
a
that's
call
crazy,
with their
bro.
long-distance partner? Terrible. I feel like this is the most lukewarm of the poor stereotype the Discordian e-daters get. It's just sleeping. Like, the only problem I can see with this is if, like, one of them has sleep apnea and you have to basically listen to them choking in their sleep. But as we all know, I'm somewhat of an e-sex virgin myself. Yes, go ahead, laugh at me, guys.
Virgin.
I've never equipped the contraception that is the firewall for online penetration. But another reputation of Discord e-couples is the virtual backshots that is...
Fuck, man. God damn. Scaring the shit out of me. Fuller Gaming. Hey, man. Appreciate the follow, gang. You know what I'm saying?
phone sex, which has been around for years and it's just kind of switched platform, I guess. And just to traumatize you further, yes, you can pay for it. There are services out there for it. And I only have 3 main problems with it. Just 1, keep it to yourself. Nobody needs to know what you're doing. 2, I claim this and I just have to say out loud. No, having Discord has nothing to do with the physical act itself, and you cannot lose your virginity through Discord. This is the most ultimate cope. And 3, just make sure everyone's of age. But there are even Discord servers for e-dating with quite a lot of members, which necessarily isn't a problem. It's like Tinder for Discord users. But instead of swiping, it's putting an unhealthy amount of detail in the bio section. I'm talking things I'd have to get waterboarded to just admit. And to be honest, it's quite entertaining. I've admitted this before. I used to look at the bio section of like VR chat servers constantly when I was a part of them, and there are some gems in there. But the only problem with these types of servers is the desperation, I guess. Once again, people oversharing. And 2, if you join some of these servers with a username or profile picture that even resembles something feminine, you are going to get rushed like a second blitzkrieg. I don't think the concept of Discord e-dating is necessarily a bad thing. You're basically making a connection with...
Bro, the amount of typing he has, A grade in yapping. You're right, you're 100%. Because, bro, I'm not gonna lie, people oversharing like that, bro, these guys are straight yappers, bro. And I'm not one for it, bro. Like, I can't talk to people like that. I can't talk, like, just, like, out to people like that. That shit's kind of crazy, bro. That's not me.
Somebody over long distance. Just for the love of God, keep it to yourself.
Why are you rubbing them hands like...
Now, quite recently, Discord has come across a lot of litigation. No, it's not from the countless terrorist organizations that use the platform, and no, it's not because people have been using it to leak military-grade documents to win rather pathetic arguments online. Don't worry, your government has probably been looking at the messages you send anyway to make sure that doesn't happen. It's actually due to Discord subscription practice. Now, Discord's subscription service is called Nitro, something you can see people in Discord servers begging for, and something people keep gifting me, and I get all excited till I realize I have to put my card details in first just to receive the free membership. And I quickly lose all interest and just reply thanks, even though I didn't accept it. And it could have gone to someone that actually needed it, like someone in a third world country that's going to need it to upload 4K AI generated images to scam Discord e-boys to pay for the food for their family. But Discord...
I'm gonna start scamming you niggas on Discord, bro. I'm gonna start doing it, bro. And when I got the stats from here, man, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for me, bro. Y'all ain't ready for me.
Discord Nitro comes with a lot of benefits. The main one being you can send larger files, something standard users are being starved of, and that's where the main benefits end, because in my opinion the rest are just cosmetic, like being able to have an animated background, using emotes from different servers, and destroying the ear canals of anyone in a VC with your unique soundboard sound effects. But that's just my opinion on Nitro. Now, this lawsuit was regarding Discord's cancellation procedure for the subscription, mainly that it was too hard. As we all know, cancelling a subscription nowadays is like dragging your testicles through shards of glass, and a life or death scenario for anyone with social anxiety, because some subscription services need you to call them to cancel it and explain why you're leaving, like it's an intimate relationship, which is just another technique to prevent you from cancelling your subscription. But this lawsuit was saying it's too hard to do this, and under California law, they essentially have to make the process as easy as possible to cancel a subscription. Okay. And when this story originally broke, it was picked up by TikTok and interpreted by somebody with a reading comprehension of a child, because they read the document and basically summarized that everyone with Discord Nitro will be paid $700 each. And Discord is very bad. But in fact, none of you will be getting paid any money. Only potentially people in the godforsaken state of California will be getting paid that money. And that's if the lawsuit isn't a pile of dog shit. Which it is. The YouTuber text-to-speech went over it in one of his videos. Someone that has dedicated their entire YouTube channel to talking about Discord. God, you poor man. But I enjoy watching his videos going over most sides of Discord, which we'll be talking about again later. But in his video, he read the legal document, which TikTok didn't do, and it basically made no sense. They said Discord purposely makes it hard for you to cancel your subscription, which is true if you're hopelessly incompetent when it comes to computers, because in No Text's video, he demonstrates it takes about 30 seconds to a minute to cancel your subscription, and he also highlights in the video that in the document they use YouTube comments as evidence. YouTube comments in a legal case, but no, you're not getting your money.
Is this better? Is this
TikTok
better?
painted this picture that Discord was purposely bending them over and taking their money. But I think the lawsuit is still somewhat going ahead. But whilst that lawsuit was absolute cum buckets, there are some that are rumoured to have just started that are somewhat valid, with reports that they have alleged that Discord and Roblox are neglecting their platforms to the point where the exploitation of minors and facilitation of predators is commonplace.
What the fuck? How the fuck? Why did it go up so, like we exceeded, like I don't... How many hydrates are you gonna send me, bro? You're on your 4th hydrate. 5, 6, 7.
I just bit right on the highway.
Look, just look at that shit, bro. You just keep giving me hydrates. Drown.
It leads on to the last thing I wanted to talk about.
No. Wait.
Now, Discord does get a bad reputation from the outside due to some of the things I've already spoken about, and the servers hosted on the platform. But in reality, most people just use it to message people they know. But Discord, like any platform with this sheer amount of users, does have its fair share of problems. The key ones being platform moderation, children, and scams. Once again, pointing to the Discord connoisseur, No Text to Speech. Once again, thank you for your sacrifice.
No, bro, because what the fuck what the fuck are you saying to me right now? Gotta admit, that mustache reminds me of Duke Dennis. Side by side, I'm gonna put Duke Dennis right here. I don't look like that nigga Duke Dennis, bro. I don't. The mustache does not look like Duke Dennis, bro. I promise you it don't. I promise you it don't. I think what you're seeing the melanin, and you're like, oh damn, that's Duke Dennis. And I get the compliment all the time. I know I look like Duke Dennis, you know what I'm saying? You know, they call me Captain Atlanta too, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, they don't. Damn, what height you got? Nah, I'm like 6'3". I'm 6'3" on a good day, but you know, on a bad day, I'm like 6'5". You look 6 foot? Nah. Like I said, I'm 6'3" on a good day, 6'5" on a bad day.
Discord, you have servers where you can rent e-girls which are underage, Doxing, and as I said,
What the f-
scams.
I don't even know how we
minor
got
dating
here.
Discords and map communities. Discords where they serve up NSFW material with no age verification, and the rare case of servers where illegal material is just being spread all over. When I said there was a Discord server for everything,
Yeah,
I was
bro.
not lying.
Yeah, you're trolling, bro.
Notex
That's
speaks in the video on
disgusting.
most of these topics, and as he does in his video, even if Discord is slow to respond to these problems, you should always report evidence you come across, especially if it is involving a minor, as it is always the
I'm going
platform's
to sleep,
responsibility,
bro.
and they
Hey,
should
man.
do something
I
about
appreciate
it.
you hanging out, man.
Most
Appreciate
times,
you.
as platforms like Discord actively work with
I
law
should be streaming
enforcement,
probably
especially
tomorrow,
with cases involving
maybe.
minors, to resolve the
Or I'm
issue.
gonna put this
There
video
are a
up by
number
tomorrow.
of solutions for these problems, like preventing people that have been banned in the past from creating new accounts, with something like a hardware ID ban, or IP ban, which can also be circumvented quite easily. But some people in the Discord community have been requesting these. Or you could implement more community-based moderation, which some do already exist on Discord, but have very too little no moderation power over the platform, which could be a double-edged sword if implemented. You know, some people could take advantage of it, or make it harder for people to create a public server, or stricter rules for server creation, like your account has to be X days old before you can create a server, or make it harder to make a Discord account in general. You have to verify your phone number for some servers, or just hire more moderation staff. I
No,
don't know.
that
There's
makes
a lot of ways
like
you
a
could
lot
go
more
about solving
sense
these
though. I'm not
problems,
gonna lie.
but Discord
Like,
does have a lot
just
of
give
bad
it, like-
actors like many platforms.
Just make it harder to make a Discord account, like this guy's saying, bro. Royalty is here, bro. Shout out you, bro. I'm not gonna lie.